Hello and welcome to iNurture videos. In this video, we will discuss about web server hacking. At the end of this video, you will be able to define web server, state the web server attacks. A web server is a program that uses Hypertext Transfer Protocol or HTTP to deliver files that make a web page. A user requests for these files by sending HTTP request through HTTP client. Web servers are exposed to various attacks due to many vulnerabilities. Here are some vulnerabilities in web servers: injection flaws, broken authentication, cross-site scripting or XSS, and misconfigurations in security. Due to these vulnerabilities, web server becomes prone to many attacks such as IIS attacks and Apache attacks. Let's discuss these types of attacks on web server in detail. Microsoft Internet Information Service or IIS is a web server available for Microsoft Windows. IIS attacks can pose a serious security threat for web server. Here are some classifications of IIS attacks: buffer overflow, file system reversal, source disclosure. Let's take a brief of these classifications of IIS attacks. A buffer is a sequential part of allocated memory to a certain value. The value can be character string or integer. Buffer overflow occurs when a program tries to put data on a buffer which is large in size as compared to the memory allocated to buffer. This causes a condition in which the data spills outside the buffer boundary and resulting to data corruption, malicious code, execution, or system crash. In the network, users access web server for web services by using browser on their system. While accessing, they use only a partition of the server file system. The web document root directory. In file system reversal attack, the hacker gains authorized access to parts of the server by modifying the website URL. Hacker does this by inserting special characters in the website URL such as //. // is also another name for file reversal attack. In source disclosure, the hacker manipulates the IIS to reveal the source code of web server application. This reveals information about database, source code, vulnerabilities, and application parameters to the hacker. Now let's discuss about Apache Attack. Apache Attack is also known as Apache Killer. It is a vulnerability that attacks the widely used Apache web server. Here are some classifications of Apache attacks: brute force attack, programming model attack, Apache chunked encoding vulnerability, mod proxy buffer overflow, long URLs, PHP scripting, and URL trailing slashes. Let's understand each of these classifications of Apache attacks. Brute force attack is a simple attack against user's own server by executing this command through replacing URL with URL of user's server. Programming model attack is simpler than the brute force attack. In this, hacker erases traces of attack in log. It requires only a limited bandwidth. The attacker opens a connection to the Apache server and keeps connection open for long period of time but not send any request. It will wait till timeout and then closes the connection. The data which is not known accurately to the server can be sent in chunks. However, a mistake in Apache software misinterprets the size of chunks yet to be received, which results in a buffer overflow, and there may also be possibilities of malicious code execution. Mode proxy module is used by Apache servers to configure a proxy server from both HTTP and FTP protocols. A specific module file proxy util.c sometimes can result in buffer overflow in a web server, which enables the execution of malicious code or DOS attack. Lengthy URLs cause the risk of servers exposing their directory listings. The default limit for the length of the request line made to an Apache server is 8190 bytes. PHP scripting language is generally used in Apache servers. It is also used in conjunction with HTML for web page development. PHP is vulnerable scripting language as it opens doors to hackers to run malicious code on a web server. If the tailoring slashes in a URL are not limited and if the language prefix is not present in URL, it may expose the original directory listing. Let us have a quick recap on what we discussed. A web server is a program that uses hypertext transfer protocol to deliver files that make a web page. Web server attacks are IIS Attacks and Apache Attacks. Thank you for watching this video.